Hi friends, in the last video lecture we have to learn about the basic body plan of the flowering plants in part first, that is morphology of the different parts of the plants. Now today we have to learn about the basic body plan of the flowering plants in part 2, that is roots and their modifications. Now let us focus one by one. So modification of root is consisting of three different kinds that is underground root, aerial root and the respiratory root. So the underground roots, that is they are growing below the soil. Aerial roots, they are exposed to the air, and some of the respiratory roots, that is by taking an example of pneumatophores, they respire with the help of the lenticels. Now let us see one by one. The underground modification of root is divided into two types, that is tap roots and adventitious roots, that we have to already learn in the part first, that is a primary structure of the roots. So this tap root is found in the dicotyledonous plants, and the fibrous root, that is adventitious root, is found in the monocotyledonous plant. Then let us focus about the different modification of the tap root. So there are four kinds of the tap roots modification, that is a conical root, fusiform root, napiform root and tuberous roots. So as shown in this figure, there are the four different kinds of the roots of the modification of the tap roots. So this is the conical root, where at the uppermost portion of the root is swollen and broader at the apical portion and tapering towards the end. So that type of the root is observed in the carrot. Now let us focus on the second, that is fusiform root. So fusiform root is it is a spindle shaped appearance, tapering towards the both end, swollen at the middle, and that type of root is called as the fusiform root. It is found in the radish. Then napiform root is a kind of root where their uppermost part, which is swollen and store the amount of food material and tapering towards the end, that is hair like structure. So such a root is called as the napiform root. It is observed in the beet as well as turnip root. Now tuberous root is generally found in the sweet potato. Now next, the modification of the adventitious roots. Again, the adventitious roots are categorized into different modification, that is in the form of tuberous root, fasciculated root, nodulous root, moniliform root and the annulated root. So as shown in this figure, these are the different roots. This is a fasciculated root, this is annulated root, moniliform root, this is the annulated root, and these are the nodulous roots. So these are the different kinds of the modification of the adventitious roots. In fasciculated roots, all the roots are in the form of cluster. They are arranged in a one fasciculation manner. And here the moniliform root, where they are just showing the ridges and waves to the furrows to the particular roots. And in the annular kind of the roots, where the roots are just like a annular rings, which is developed one above the others, and they forming into the annulated structures. That's why it is called annular annulated root. So this is about the different kinds of the modification of the adventitious roots. Now let us focus on the aerial roots. The aerial roots are growing above the ground. This type of the roots are exposed to the air. There are the four main kinds of the roots, maybe, that is proof root, stilt root, climbing root and the hausteria or the epiphytic roots. So this type of roots are that is the aerial roots. They are hanging to the particular plants. Say for an example, in the proof root there is a banyan. In stilt root there is example is maize or jawar, and climbing roots, that is the example is pepper and cuscuta, etc. So this is then third, that is the respiratory roots, that is called as the pneumatophores. This kind of the roots, they are generally found in the desert marshy places, that is in the mangrove plants, that shows the different kinds of the lenticels on it, and that through these lenticels the respiration can be takes place. That's why it is called as the respiratory roots. So thank you for hearing and watching carefully. So we learn this particular in the part second. Now we will learn the next in part third. Thank you.